Gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Pascrell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, today's hearing on the monumental and life-saving investments we've made during the pandemic is important. My friend from Arizona, I agree with much of what he has said, but we are not going to throw out the program, it seems both sides are saying, in between words, because there is fraud in the program. But you need to do something about it to get rid of the fraud. No one up here is advocating fraud, stealing, breaking the law. So we changed. We presented changes in the original program that we are talking about today. We know who voted for it, and we know who voted against it. Just remember that. I think Congress acted decisively and in a bipartisan way in the face of an historic crisis to keep America safe. Our unemployment, our aid kept families together and saved lives. That's a big deal. More than 1.5 million Garden Staters, New Jersey folks, received unemployment benefits from March 2020 to September 2021. It stopped mortgage defaults. It kept electricity on, believe it or not. It put food on tables and in children's stomachs. In March 2021, we passed the American Rescue Plan. Where were we? Because the crisis continued. It included unemployment and strong enforcement protections. President Biden used those protections to prosecute frauds. You either voted for it or you voted against it, or you didn't vote. States recovered nearly $100 million. Enforcement was working. Republicans claim to care about misuse. I agree. We should all. But every Republican Congress voted for the Trump-Mnuchin plan that did not have fraud protections, and every Republican voted against our fraud protections. It's the record. You can't change that every other day or show us a different perspective of it. You either did it or you didn't do it. Our plan kept people alive, one of the most successful laws ever enacted. Last month, our economy added over 500,000 jobs. Job growth is at a 40-year high. You've heard the chairman, the ranking member, say that many times. Unemployment is at the 54-year low, and the Biden economy isn't doing so bad. Every job lost during the pandemic was recovered. All our economic output lost is regained. Our pandemic measures exceeded expectations. We emerged stronger than any other country. You know, the problem of inflation did not happen, I want to announce this, did not only happen in the United States of America. Thank you. I'm happy to work together to ensure federal dollars are spent and spent well. Frauds need to be held accountable and prosecuted. But this hearing isn't about fraud. This hearing is about shaming workers and lying about our strong economy. You didn't, one moment last night, choose to recognize that. Truth is, our actions saved lives and saved the American people. And I say, Mr. Chairman, that this is a very good hearing, because not only are we bringing some facts out today, both sides, but we go back into the history of the program we are talking about and looking at those facts. And I yield back to the chairman.
I want to thank the gentleman. I want to remind the committee that this hearing is about fraud. It's clearly not about shaming any worker. In fact, every dollar going to fraud is a dollar that did not go to those who needed it. And that is our responsibility as members of Congress, to make sure that taxpayers' dollars are going to the right places and the right forth. So it's clearly about fraud. Pleased to recognize the gentleman from Texas.